Project Zomboid. It has dark and I'm scared of dark. It has zombies and I'm scared of zombies. It requires complex thinking and I'm not an owner of a working brain. I finally bought the game not long after the creator increased the price, and although at the time of writing I only have 10 hours in it, I can confidently say that I am a pro. Alright, maybe not, but my cousin is a pro. Alright, maybe separated, we each have a smooth brain, but together our brains come to form a bigger smooth brain with the processing power of a Nokia 7230, but hey, that's better than 2 Tiger Electronics games. So here we go. I made a server without any mods, but we would install more and more each session. Then I remembered to forget to start the recording, so a lot of being in a house and not doing anything is completely lost. At first I was too scared to leave my house, so I just sat there waiting for my cousin to find me, as he was more skilled than me by about 19 hours of gameplay. But I gathered some courage to ghost face a zombie that wouldn't stop knocking and another one that wanted to break my goddamn window. One of the zombies had a digital watch that I swiftly stole. I heard my cousin running around, let him in, and mere seconds later realized that it was a terrible idea after multiple zombies broke my window and ate my brain. Scruser knew that fighting them was stupid and instead opted to do a hasty escape through my other window. For my next character, I decided that I would be unemployed, slow at moving things in my inventory, flash at reading books, not giving a fuck about the weather, and a fast learner, so basically I put myself in the game. So everybody, welcome Milford Trung, a male with a terrible sense of fashion. Right after spawning, a zombie left me with very little time to look for a weapon. I found a goddamn griddle pan and stomped him to death. Then I let another zombie in and gave it a warm welcome with a kitchen tool to the face. I didn't find anything particularly interesting. Since at the time I didn't know how to enable the option to know the entire map, I tried to give instructions to Scruser, my cousin, on how to find me by telling him how many squares away I was from my last spawn. Unbeknownst to me, the number of squares changes depending on the zoom, so he ended up in the wrong place. I wanted to loot other trailers, and so after trying to be sneaky, I attracted a small horde of zombies towards me. I was very surprised to discover that houses can be locked, but I found another trailer that was actually open. Unfortunately for me, zombies also wanted to be let in. Fortunately for me, zombies have even less brain than I do and forgot that I was a thing. Yeah, they literally just started attacking nearby doors. That gave me a chance to brutally assault 2 other zombies with my trusty griddle pan, and one after the other I painted the floor red. But I decided to move on, so I left the house, accidentally attracted some more zombies, one of them bit me, and I was forced to retreat. Well, shit. I was seriously hurt. My scratches and bites were untreated. There, standing in my house, I awaited the end of my story. As the zombies finally broke into my house, I took one last weak swing and succumbed to my wounds. Milford Trung wasn't the bravest and the most skilled, but he fought till the end, never being able to see his cousin before his zombification. But whenever one story ends, another begins. I met a new character, also unemployed, with better vision in the dark and swift hands. This was the graceful child of the white that also hated reading in elementary. He was weak, but the adventures would make him strong. Spoiler, he never got strong. He wasn't sure of going fast, not like he'd ever be able to drive a car anyway. With a gut of iron and Kent Clark abilities, here he is, the legendary Baba Booey. A fine and formal gentleman with an even worse sense of fashion. Alright, here we go. Spawn in and close the curtains, because we don't want the neighbors to see what we're doing. Fridge full of fresh food, canned food, and a can opener. That one wasn't in the fridge. Really good start, not gonna lie. After equipping myself with meat cleaver, I ransacked the other rooms. Then I spent quite some time trying to explain to Scruser where I was again. However, this time the confusion wasn't as big and we finally reunited. I took him into my house again, and because of that I was attacked by zombies. Again. After making a nice pile of rotting corpses in front of my door, one zombie broke my goddamn window. Scruser killed it. Good job, Scruser. After killing one last zombie, we decided to switch houses and get more loot. Scruser wanted this blue car, but I told him that we don't need it right now. I sure hope that my plan of breaking into a house will be much better. Fuck. We decided that running away like nothing happened would be better than being swarmed, so that's exactly what we did. Scruser, eager to get a car, jumped into the nearest one, but it didn't have a key, so we continued on foot. However, without a car, we were prone to being swarmed, and that's what happened. A small horde caught us by surprise and managed to get a bite on Scruser, but he survived, wasn't hurt that much, so we continued walking down the road. A very long road. We finally stumbled upon two zombies, and more importantly, two cars. I could see the shine in Scruser's eye as he approached the cars, but we couldn't use them. One locked and the other didn't have a key. So we walked even more. Oh, but what's that? A police roadblock? We can handle that amount, I proclaimed, after which we did handle them, only I sustaining an injury in the process. And then we walked, you guessed it, even more. Without a map, we had no idea how long the road is or where it led to, but if we bring out the map.projectzomboid.com, you will see that the road leads to pretty much nothing. We made a good call and decided to turn into the first possible road that wasn't made of asphalt, as we were very bored of this long uneventful walk. But before that could happen, a flipped car with a small horde. This time we decided to let them be and just walked away, as we didn't want to risk any more injuries. After turning into a dirt road, we found a house. Two houses and a garage actually. We settled in it and we stayed there. We finished our session and came back the very next day. First things first, education. We learned level 1 carpentry from TV. Second things second, we checked out the garage next to our house. Tools, fertilizer and some other stuff. No seeds though, so we would need to loot houses to survive. Third things third, we killed the zombified owners of the house below us. Well, obviously not before I got hurt. Thankfully, not very seriously. After taking some books and food, we came back, I read a book and we both disassembled some furniture to be better at carpentry. And god, we spent so much time in that house. It was pretty boring, we just sat around, did some not really important stuff, and in general didn't explore, which was a mistake. I walked out and saw that some zombies respawned near the now dead neighbor's house, so with help from Scruser we murdered them too. Then we came back to our house and stayed there, oh god, so long again. Scruser found out that he can make holes for crops that we didn't have, and I found out that foraging mode exists and snooped around a little, finding some wild berries. Remember that, it's gonna be important later. But we finally decided to leave the house temporarily to look for literally anything down the main road. We eventually would. If we kept walking, then we would stumble upon another house. Except that wasn't God's plan by Drake. Very unfortunate timing. For none the wiser, the helicopter you just heard isn't a good thing. It attracts a lot of zombies to your location. We ran back to our house scared for our lives. We avoided the zombies and somehow got home unscathed. Thankfully, only our barricaded back door was attacked. After a long time, the single plank barricading the door finally gave up, so I welcomed our guest by bashing their skull in. At the same time, I could hear a window being attacked. I knew zombies could break windows, from watching YouTube videos and my distant memories. So my plan was to open it so that it wouldn't get broken. But the zombie was faster than me, and then my crowbar was faster than the zombie, killing it instantly. Fortunately, we didn't have to deal with any more Zeds. We are safe inside the house. In the evening, we left our base to deal with the rest of the walking corpses. I did get hurt, but nothing serious again. Some true luck. That, however, can't be said for Scruser, who after going back home, ate some wild berries I found whilst foraging, fell on the floor cold dead, and refused to elaborate further. Then he had a resurrection, but I'm an atheist, so I quickly put a stop to that. So in the morning I left our house and went up the very long, boring road to meet with him as he was escaping the zombie-infested town. I led him back to our base. We got there and decided to end the session here. We started the next day by staying in our house, doing nothing important. I honestly don't know why we didn't leave earlier, but we finally got around to doing it. With food supplies running low, we planned to loot some houses. This time God decided to play nice with Scruser and gave him a working car. This beautiful shitbox carried us to victory, which was within walking distance, a whole lot of goddamn food. Plentiful of fruits and vegetables. We took what we could, now I know we could carry way more, and claimed one of the small trailers as our own right after killing the rightful owner of said trailer. A door-to-door salesman was knocking on our door, so I murdered him in the doorway using one of the most powerful weapons in Project Zomboid, a pointy fucking stick. Then we spent the entire night in that small house doing absolutely nothing. At 7 AM we decided to gather more food from the food stand and I decided to investigate the ground for a while, truly getting into the role of a forager. Scruser meanwhile was busy running over zombies in his shitbox and driving it into this house's wall. I gained level 1 in foraging and decided to help him out. Despite my cousin's best efforts of vehicular manslaughter, one survived thanks to glitches and I tried taking it down with a spear. It broke. So then I tried a second spear. It broke after the first hit. For how good the spears are, they unfortunately have a bad habit of breaking very quickly. The house in itself wasn't very interesting and didn't have a lot of loot. We walked behind our trailer and finally took care of our loud neighbor by breaking in through the window and swiftly murdering her with feet. We took some of her supplies back into our little house and finally slept, only to wake up to the Mist 2007. I was very scared of it and was against walking out due to their terrible visibility. Scruser went AFK for a while and I exercised. A lot, but not enough to be even average. After the Mist 2007 cleared, I foraged some more and found a picture of Kate. I hope this lady didn't burn down because of some idiot leaving a stove on.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to worry about right now. I can't move. I'm sorry, I have to kill you before the flames do.
Scruser came back to life and I put on the clown makeup to reflect my silly, rather whimsical personality. Wait, so this guy doesn't know how to disassemble electronics, which is basically just unscrewing screws, but he knows how to perfectly do makeup. Project Zomboid is known for making sense after all. We finally left our trailer to seek a greater adventure. We only found a barn and a whole lot of zombies, so seeing how we were too weak and unexperienced, we did a hasty retreat, coming back with nothing except some things I found whilst foraging. I love foraging. So we ended our session, but we would be back shortly. And this is the last one. Last day of playing on the save file before I send it to the Shadow Realm. Mostly because where we were didn't have a lot, and we didn't want to walk our asses to some cities. But before that inevitable end, we got ready to loot the two houses below us. We found some cool stuff, and I found a firefighter's outfit, which was better than mine in every way. We came back the next in-game day to loot whatever was left and fight some zombies. There was only one house left to loot, so that's exactly what we did. Thankfully, it didn't attract that many zombies, so we got away without injuries. On our way down the road, we fought more zombies. Then I foraged, as I always do, and then we fought more zombies, because why not? After finding another, this time bigger house, we looted it and stayed there for the night, as it was a pretty good place and it was getting late. After waking up, we didn't do anything important, especially Scruser that went AFK again, but not long after he came back. We left and went further down the road. The car we stumbled upon was destroyed beyond our skill level of repair, and we also didn't have tools to repair it anyway. So we jogged alongside the river, and we jogged for a long time. But finally, a house somewhere deeper in the forest, but a lot of zombies in the way, a horde. However, I had a trick up my sleeve, as I saw many YouTubers using shotguns to quickly level up aiming. So, in my unlimited wisdom, I spoke, you know what, let me equip myself with a shotgun. A shotgun with very little ammo. The first shot sent the zombie dead to the ground, so naturally I thought this was gonna be a bloodbath. Second shot completely missed. Then I learned how to rock a shotgun, and then I proceeded to waste bullets as my shots dealt almost no damage. I had none left, so we ran away and then came back to discover the zombie's weakest point: render distance. Yep, they all just disappeared for some reason. We looted the house, but ultimately decided to leave this world forever. Mostly because of being tired of this adventure that didn't really have interesting adventures. Without cities, we had nothing to do, no houses to loot, no hordes to fight, so we decided to start fresh the same day, just a couple hours later. But that will be for another video, where I and Scruser will become gods, insurgents, that will try to wipe out all the zombies no matter what. But well, I hope you enjoyed this video, as this is the only project I've put so much work into, especially in the voiceover. And hopefully the algorithm will pat me on the back for it. Hell, maybe even some Project Zomboid YouTubers like Private Lemon or Black Joshi or Ambiguous Amphibian or Spiffing Brit will invite me to do some challenges with them. I am coming for you, one tile challenge. If you want to check out more of my content, don't. It's bad. But more Project Zomboid videos will come out in the near future, and hopefully after that, content from other games. If you wanna get all the latest news, be sure to join my Discord server, where absolutely nothing happens. And if you want to, subscribe. You don't have to do it, it's not like I'm holding you at gunpoint or anything. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one. Also, by the way, hey, I have Ko-Fi, so you can, I don't know, donate something for me. Thank you.